A sex cult on a major American college campus. That's what a jury has been hearing about in the case of Lawrence Ray, a father of a student accused of starting the cult inside his own daughter's dorm room. His fate now in the hands of a Manhattan jury. For 10 years, prosecutors say Ray victimized the students, beating and trafficking them for sex, among other things. Among the 15 charges the now 62-year-old faces, racketeering, sex trafficking, forced labor, tax evasion, and extortion. Also charged is Isabella Pollack, now 30 years old. At the time, she was a 19-year-old student at the university. Prosecutors say she was Ray's lieutenant in the cult. His daughter has not been charged in connection with the case. Since it is a federal trial, there's no camera in court, but Ray filmed hours and hours of the alleged torture, and we should warn you, the videos are disturbing. Like this, where he appears to beat one of his victims.
You gotta sit down on the floor. Alicia, stay down.
Prosecutors also claim Ray threatened the victims with weapons.
See this how it feels? What if I pick you up like that? I'm pick you up by your tongue? Huh? Do you think I'm playing with you? Huh? Huh? You're a grown man, I'm a grown man. I don't like what you did. You hear me? Now one more time and I'm going to split your tongue in half. Do you understand me?
No. Yeah. Yes.
It all began in 2010 when Ray was released from prison for federal securities fraud. He began living at his daughter Talia's dorm room at Sarah Lawrence College. It's a private liberal arts school in Westchester County, New York. At the time, he told his daughter he just needed a place to stay for a while. There, he encountered Talia's roommates and injected himself into their lives. Ray told them that he had special training that could help them gain clarity and discipline. Prosecutors argued he dragged them all into a life of servitude and maniacal rituals. He referred to the cult as the family. One of the prosecution's main witnesses was CLAUDIA DRURY, only 19 when she met the defendant inside the college dorm. She testified that Ray physically abused her and convinced her that she had tried to poison him and owed him huge sums of money. She worked for years as a prostitute, meeting clients in hotel rooms and paying Ray $10,000 to $50,000 per week. One of those forced confessions recorded by Ray on camera.
Are you making this by your own free will?
Yes.
Anybody pay you?
No.
Anybody threaten you?
No.
Anybody coerce you?
No.
Did you in fact poison me?
Yes, absolutely.
Prosecutors have zeroed in on one night in particular, October 15, 2018. Drury says that night at a Midtown Manhattan hotel, Ray, alongside with Isabella Pollack, tortured her for hours. They made her strip naked, handcuffing her to a chair, nearly suffocated her with a plastic bag. Some of that night and the torture caught on an audio recording taken by Ray. Ray also began tasking the young adults with abusive chores. Two of the cult's victims, siblings Santos and Felicia Rosario, testified that Ray instructed them to have sexual encounters with people and had them do rituals like this.
Can you give me a little description of what's been going on today?
Stop making
No!
Stop
Yes,
making
I'm
noise.
done!
That's how much you love me? That's how
Yes!
much? Yes! Yes!
Stop
yes.
it!
Yes?
Stop!
Stop making noise, Felicia.
Felicia also testified that Ray ordered her to proposition a doorman with sex at a New York apartment they were all living at. Eventually, Ray allegedly took some of his followers to North Carolina to do unpaid landscaping and chores at his stepfather's property. They followed him to meet Ray's demands, they say, to repair their supposed wrongs.
All the runoff from the basin. So there's no opportunity for just the runoff from the property to run into the street.
He was arrested in 2020 after a lengthy article revealed the cult in New York Magazine. The trial, which has gone on for almost a month, has not only seen drama in the courtroom, but twice during the 3.5-week case, the defendant was rushed out of the courthouse on a stretcher after complaining about medical ailments, halting the proceedings for a day or more. Joining me now is Adam Klasfeld, managing editor for lawandcrime.com, a site I founded. He has been in the courtroom each day. All right, Adam, for those who have not followed this case, obviously the video evidence is hard to believe, but why was he taking all of these videos?
Well, that goes to the extortion charge, Dan. He has, according to prosecutors, compulsively recorded so many of these videos to extract debts from his victims, that they would admit on these videos that they poisoned him, that they colluded with his enemies, that they tried to damage his property so that he could rack up hundreds of thousands, even million-dollar debts that they'd be forced to repay through, as you mentioned, sex trafficking and forced labor.
So with all of these videos, what is the defense?
The defense, one of them is startling. It's called the advice of counsel defense. Ray has said that his lawyer instructed him that he could collect money from his alleged sex trafficking victim, CLAUDIA DRURY, as compensation for her supposed poisoning, and that he relied on that advice of counsel for the tax evasion charge, that such compensation wouldn't be taxable. So that's one of the defenses. Today, he's also, the defense attorneys delivered summations, and they said this is a group of storytellers, and they all believed their stories. He believed that he was being persecuted by shadowy powers that be, and that belief, the alleged belief, is being used in his own defense.
So wait, so he's saying that he actually was poisoned by her, and that's actually all true, right?
He's claiming he believed that.
He believed that, or he's saying it actually happened?
they haven't produced evidence, and
right.
that's a real connection there.
Yeah.
So it's so he's claiming belief. I don't think that they have even tried to assert that they have evidence that this is true, other than the victim's own words.
I mean, you look at her. I'm going to play number one here in a moment. I mean, you look at her during this video. Right. And she seems like a hostage, right? I mean, you know, it's like, well, this is being done on your free will.
Right.
Yes. I mean, let's watch a little bit more of CLAUDIA DRURY. This is number one. This is the alleged trafficking victim, quote, confessing that she poisoned him.
Claudia.
Yeah.
So you're saying you put mercury on where? On the doorknobs in the hospital?
Yeah. Your food.
Other things I touched? Or anybody touched?
Yeah.
So is it possible you poisoned medical personnel, like doctors and nurses up there?
Yes.
Look, Claudia, take your hands away from your face.
Yes.
This is a hostage tape, right?
One among many. And we've seen through the jury just dozens of these videotapes, audio tapes, where he's forcing them to confess to poisoning, and one after another, and racking up these debts and trying to exact them in violent and aggressive ways.
Hey, the case now in the hands of a jury. I know that you'll be following it closely. We will continue to watch it. Adam Klausfeld, great work on this story. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Coming up, thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.